Took a trip out to the Durango with a couple empty propane tanks and left the sled out there. I'll bring it back in loaded later. Breaking trail through all that fresh snow we had, maybe 6 inches. That was enough of a workout for the morning. So, back by the time it was cold, and by the time I got loaded up out there, I was chilled down. I had to ski kind of hard this mile coming into here just to get warmed back up again so I could stop and enjoy a break. Oh, got a little interference going here. And that blizzard that finished up yesterday morning, and then the wind kicked up pretty good from the north. It dropped the temperatures from, went to bed last night at about 20. And it was about 0 Fahrenheit when I got up this morning. It's not much better now, but the wind's dying down and we're kind of a little bit of sun here and out of the breeze. I don't know if you can see my shadow here, but it's about 12 o'clock and that sun is coming through the tops of them trees, but certainly not what we think of as high noon. Things have really changed here since my little tea break back there. I'm down in here now, and if there is a wind blowing, I can't feel it a bit. It's warmed up enough to really just take that little bitter edge off. I was planning on going back to the cabin and fixing some lunch, but it's already got to be 1 o'clock, and if I do that, the day will be gone. So I guess it's one of those days I just got to lose a shoe out here and hang around and do a few side trails and enjoy this. I think I still have a cup of tea in there and a bag of peanuts. That'll be my lunch later. I'll find another nice spot to stop, but this is just too good a day to be inside. If I was looking at my GPS right now, I'd be coming up on a waypoint called Twin Cedar. This big monster of a double cedar. Beautiful big tree. Probably been here the whole time the settlers came by here. There was no road in here somewhere, but I've never found it, but I think it might have just gone across what I'm walking on now. Looks like the bear's been marking my twin cedar too. This big trough we're skiing through right here, that's because of the beavers over at Hawks Pond. When they had that pond really high, they got enough water, so there's some water in here, but they wanted a better channel, and it was like hogs or whatever, they dug out about a foot deep trough coming down the middle of my trail. It's kind of a nuisance, but today it's working out okay with the snow conditions. Most of my trails up in this country are old logging roads and trails I just had to clean up some of the fallen debris off of, but this particular section, there was no logging road to use, and I wanted to get through here. So I come out here one time and I flagged out. I just weaved around the trees and picked out like where those beavers cut that channel in there. That was a low spot, and I didn't have to cut any timber, but I could wind around and get a trail made. But there was still a lot of wood to cut and debris to throw off the side. And my friend Jim was up here helping me. It was in the fall, and so I was just going ahead with the chainsaw and cutting, and he was following behind, throwing the brush off. And it got to be a long day, and he was so happy when he heard the chainsaw shut down, because he knew maybe we were about done, but he didn't know all I had to do was refill with fuel, and I was off again. And I think his heart sank every time I started that chainsaw back up again. But it paid off. It ended up being a very nice trail, and it gives the western access into my cabin like this in the winter. Beautiful country. Another beautiful spot to spend a little time. There's the bench and the old plow I found in the trees. You remember that's where the bear chewed on my chainsaw. Chewed up the tank pretty good. Haven't got that fixed yet, but I think I can get her going. Really a nice spot to come over and keep all this clear. And this old cabin remains still standing, a little lower than it used to be, but beautiful homestead back here. Oh, back in the day, this would have been a awesome kind of day out here. Lean back in his pillow here, back here in the bright sun, even though it's really a cold day and the wind's whipping across that pond out there. This is one cozy spot for a wintertime nap. Hawk's memory, I have a hot cup. Toasty, I'll even take my gloves off. The last about the time I was done, I had peanuts scattered everywhere. Show you what I'm looking at here. It's beautiful. Whoa! A good winter scene on Hawks Pond. For the most part, my trails weathered the early fall snowstorm pretty well. This big roots across here, I'm not going to worry about them today. I'll just get around them somehow. That's the biggest ones I've come across the trails. Well, my teapot's empty. The day is getting a little late, but I think I'm just going to brush off the throne so it's all ready and dry on a better day. A little bit cooler as this day closes out. I just took this picture of our weather. I'll show you what that is. Just below 0 Fahrenheit, minus 20 in the centigrade scale. But our weather has been on a real yo-yo. We had a real nice day. Now today it was nicer, and then it dropped off cold like this. They say we're heading down to maybe minus 20 Fahrenheit tonight, but warming by morning, and up to 20 degrees Fahrenheit tomorrow. And in a few more days we'll plunge back down to 25 below Fahrenheit. So, well, good clothes and a little below 0 Fahrenheit, even got the gloves on tonight. It's been a pretty beautiful day. This is our time to sit out, see if we can hear a wolf howl. I covered about 8 miles today, and I did come across a few lone wolf tracks out there, but I didn't see a single deer track, so I don't think there will be a lot of wolves around. But there's a few of them out there prowling the country. Even put an extra bonnet on the teapot tonight. Not a sound of anything tonight. But you know, sometimes that's a good thing. It's the perfect quiet. Okay, before you say anything, remember, I only had peanuts for lunch.